Hello, and welcome to this episode of Dice Chasers. I am Megan, I play Sonia, and I also do the tech stuff, and I am here to tell you what happened on the last episode. So, previously on Dice Chasers, Sonia stabilized the unconscious Elio by giving him healing herbs through a kiss. The party defeated the hobgoblin Clarg.
He dead?
I don't know. Can you stay alive when your head's not on your body?
No, I've never lost my head.
He's subsequently dead. Yes.
Cool. Alright, guys, I'm the boss now.
They rescued Liam and Sildar from the goblins by exchanging the head for them, and learned that their dwarven friend, Grundin, I think was his name, was shipped off by the goblins to Cragmaw Castle. And once they learned that and decided that that was a problem for later when they weren't half dead, they went to Phandelver.
Phandalin?
Having brought Liam and the supplies, they finally set up the Scholars Guild school, and while Toe enjoyed the endless meat skewer,
And because there is meat cooking, that's where exactly he's
This
going.
is
right
meat.
to the-
and Jin enjoyed the guild's entryway,
Jin is just gonna lean up against the door.
I
It's like,
can't write!
the rest of the party enjoyed the library, some more enthusiastically than others.
Welcome to the library.
They were each given a mini vigil to translate text for them and to help them find things within the library. Elio, reading the book that Liam had given Yalreth before, was shocked to find out that certain Fae returned to the Feywild after dying, and
Elio looks kind of aghast. Sort of like a speechless, like, fish mouth thing. Like, he wants to say something, but it just can't come out.
Yalreth learned of the legend of the Doom Herald and the Hopebringer.
It's kind of a yin-yang situation where the Doom Herald and the Hopebringer, two people designated from two tribes, are to meet, and their child will be the greatest dragon slayer ever born.
Sabric discovered that warforged similar to him in design were discovered originally on an asteroid by dwarves looking for adamantite.
And they just found a whole bunch of different units with ranging from, like, how you've got the five
six.
dots for one eye.
mhm.
Others had 4, 3, and 2, and then just like regular 2 eyes.
And while looking for information on the Arc Fae, Sonia found
You did find a book on Fae mating rituals. The Kama Sutra for Fae.
So, will Elio snap out of his shocked daze? Will Liam get over his trauma? Will Yalreth actually finish reading all the books she got? And will Jin ever leave the entrance to the guild hall to actually join the rest of us? Find out on this episode of Dice Chasers.
Can you hear adventure calling? Do you hear it beckon? Choose your fate, the dice are falling. Chase your destiny. Traveling with your companions, forming your own story. Facing dungeons, fighting dragons, live your legacy. Searching for a greater purpose, carrying the burden of a pain-filled history, healing through the comfort of companions, chasing after freedom, waiting patiently. We can hear adventure calling, we will answer bravely. Toss the dice, we'll face our fate, we'll chase our destiny.
So we will start from there. It is into the evening.
Okay.
You are all coming up Is Rex still in the library? It looks like. Sonia has found her adopted sister's bedroom, so that they're going to share.
Hi, bestie.
Hi.
I throw it to you.
All right, the scene is ours.
I'm not ready. I'm not ready. I'm not ready.
Oh no! Panic!
No, don't cut!
Cut motion.
I'm just going to do that randomly throughout this entire stream just to mess with Megan's edit.
Screw with Megan.
just going to see me flailing about like fish.
I don't actually use that. You guys keep doing it, but I only used it for the one thing. I have to watch through it all anyways, or to spat all over my desk.
Also, disclaimer. Just 1 second, just a disclaimer for everyone. Our resident satyr is drinking like a satyr tonight. So
Hey, I have only had 2 sips of it so far, but yes, I made a vanilla screwdriver. It's tomorrow's my day off, and work has been busy.
Hey,
So I got my Dungeons and Drinking.
hey, there you go.
Yes.
on that note,
What are you drinking over there, Josh?
A goze.
What's that?
This one happens to be from a local brewery, which I won't plug on this.
Right? Hashtag not sponsored at all, ever.
It's basically like, you've heard of Shock Top and all the ones with like grapefruit in it and stuff like that, the beers.
Mhm.
Yeah, this is a goze that they do all of the local mixtures and that kind of stuff. This one's a really odd mix. It's cucumber and lime.
Ooh.
I mean,
Refreshing.
it makes sense. Seems refreshing, yeah.
Very refreshing, very light. I'm specifically drinking this because apparently drinking a bottle of rum on camera from the bottle is not
What?
Not
Are
unless
you
we get really
kidding?
sponsored.
Yes, God, I look like a baby, but I'm 23 years old. I'm legal everywhere, okay? This is not a child drinking.
Oh,
Phrasing.
Are we still doing phrasing? Because phrasing should be a thing.
Phrasing?
I
Phrasing.
think that's always been ongoing.
1 sec. The better half demands a rum and coke.
Ah.
Also, I rolled a 7 for a Constitution save of myself. We'll see if that's true by the end of the night.
I've seen Megan mead drunk, so
Yeah, I will not get to mead drunk levels tonight. Don't worry.
Oh.
I need to do the tech stuff still. I need to have some form of like.
I feel like it would just be that much better. if you
As long as I remember to hit stop and start.
There you go. See,
Right.
foolproof right there.
What's this button? Delete everything made so far.
What
What an
self-destruct?
oddly specific button.
Yeah, it's like the
Oh.
self-destruct buttons on
Specific.
Doofenshmirtzinators.
Yes, exactly.
Beautiful.
Sonia didn't bring any books back with her. The only one that she found turned out to be porn, and the other ones were kind of stuff she already knew. So she's just sitting in bed, like staring at the roof,
Mhm.
probably listening to. I almost called you Mercy, but listening to Yalreth going as you're reading.
Oh no!
When she reads, she's into it. She will, however, notice that Sonia's just laying on the bed, staring at the ceiling, and just be like, "Are you okay? You're so quiet tonight."
Yeah, I just figured you'd want quiet to read in. I could talk if you
Inner
want.
monologue of Sonia's like, don't talk about the stuff, don't talk about kissing Elio, don't talk about the porn.
She was there for the kiss with Elio, and she doesn't need to know about the porn.
Exactly.
Bear in mind, Yalreth is completely untouched. Like,
Oh, lordy.
she has no idea, none, when it comes to that stuff. Have we ever seen a dragon blush? Because we might.
Her
Um,
scales will just radiate
right.
heat.
she goes from being a frost-descended dragonborn to being a flame dragonborn.
The
So
flames of passion.
right, but Yalreth will tell Sonia, be like, look, I found this. This is awesome, and tell her about the Doom Herald and the Hopebringer. I don't know what it means, but it's cool.
But okay, so they're gonna make a dragon killer, but you think it's cool.
Well, it's a story, right? Not all prophecies come true.
Yep, that is true. You got me there.
I mean, I don't like the idea of a dragon killer. Dragons are cool, but I don't know, it's a cool story, bro.
Yalreth, have you ever
Couldn't help
actually
it.
met a dragon?
No.
I was gonna ask you what they were like. I didn't really exactly see any dragons in the forest.
Well, we had
so.
stories because we're descended from frost dragons, silver dragons.
So there wasn't like a family reunion, and then like your great 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 grandpa like Puff came to visit.
Different dragon.
Yes.
Puff was
No.
green, wasn't he?
Mhm.
I needed a
He was
dragon
whatever
name. I
personality color
panicked.
you didn't want him to be.
No, we never met our descendant. Who we're descended from. More's the pity. Every time I asked, I would be told to shut up.
That's
Running
rude.
theme. Yeah, we weren't really allowed to ask questions at home. We just did the thing.
Wait, hold on. You weren't allowed to ask questions.
No, it was hell. It was absolute hell.
How were
I'd
you
ask a question.
alive?
Shut up, Yalreth. Ask a question. Do your work, Yalreth. You need to learn how to use this spear, Yalreth. Oh, just let me read my book. Ah.
Well, I'm going to grab some food. If you want any? Apparently, the
Oh,
meat in
food.
the fireplace never runs out.
That's probably a good idea. I haven't done that yet. The books were just too good. So yeah, Yalreth will put a bookmark in her dragon book and set it down and go with Sonia to get some food.
Sonia's gonna try to do that like hop up from your back onto your feet thing
Nice.
off the bed.
Be all awesome.
Head. She forgets to calculate that it's cobblestone. Face
Oh no, it's
Oh.
cobblestone and I have no grip because I have hooves. Ah!
That would be pretty nasty.
Face
as
plant.
well.
That's
throws
the
herself
answer.
forward too fast, winds up doing a front flip.
Yeah, I'd say I succeed.
Aw, yeah.
Yeah,
It's so cool.
yeah.
So as you go in there, obviously Elio is talking to Liam. They're both drinking some tea. Sabrak just walked through the door, and Toe is fast asleep by the fireplace.
Well, Elio's not talking so much as looking in somewhat shocked stupor at the moment.
I'm gonna like really lightly tap Toe. Like, is he alive? He's a good two belt notches bigger than before.
So he's got like grease spittle around his mouth from all the meat he's been eating, and you can see like visibly his stomach's a bit like distended a bit because he's
Got
eating
a
so
food,
much.
baby.
Oh,
he's-
he's adorable.
He's laying there, and as you poke him, he goes, just starts snoring.
He's so cute when he's full.
He had too much of the magical shawarma.
Does he have a room yet, guy? Yeah, looks around room. Do we know where he's sleeping?
I have no idea.
I am sure we'll be able to procure an area for Toe to rest in, rather than
Guarantee
being in
he's
front
gonna
of
wind up
fire.
getting bunked with me.
Yeah, like the bed over in the corner there seems to be smaller-ish. I know it's the same size as mine, but Sonia's gonna very, very gently carry Toe over to the bed over here.
While
I'm not-
Yalreth,
yeah, I'm
while
not able to-
Sonia's doing that, I keep saying Yalreth, and it's like, no, don't talk about yourself. While Sonia's doing that, Yalreth will fix both of them like a plate.
You're muted there, Megan.
No, I'm not. I said that really quietly. I was like,
Oh,
and then
okay.
I didn't want to talk over Mercy.
There
Oh, I'm
you go.
sorry.
No, it's okay. So now
Well,
he will wake
Sabrak
up
has eaten.
tucked in.
Aw, how adorable. Yeah, so Brack would have emerged from the labyrinth of the library. He actually doesn't have any books on him. He's put the ones he had taken a look elsewhere, but you do see in its metallic hands there is a well-worn, leather-bound tome that seems to have come out of nowhere. It holds it in one hand and is taking a look upon those who are gathered there, and sort of seeing that Liam and Elio are more Elio boring holes into Liam at their conversation, and we have Yalreth and Sonia enjoying some victuals at that moment in time. Saverick will raise one hand and wave, and basically proceed a little bit further towards the table. Taking a seat there, you can hear the wood, buckle a little bit with the metal carapace that sits there, and sort of takes a look around and looks at Liam. This is quite the fine establishment that you have for school here in Phandalin. There is much to learn, and in these halls, much knowledge to be found.
It was a very lucky thing to stumble upon and unlock the secrets of, I must admit. Hopefully, we can learn a lot more from this place going forward.
Very much so. I know that I will probably spend many a days here, though. I am certain we will have many more objectives to fulfill within Phandalin, as I know that my dear departed friend has asked me to assist in not only the building of this school, but to see what else I might be able to do. I know that Ensign would wish that this unit would find some purpose beyond what I currently know.
Well, I'm happy to have you here for sure.
Speaking of friends, has anyone seen Jin?
I think he's still sitting at the entrance.
Peeks around corner.
Still just sitting there, minding his
Jin?
own.
Sitting on the floor.
Jin, are you
Yes.
gonna come in?
In due time.
Everything okay?
Yeah. Not a big fan of books.
And then a dragon head pops around the corner.
It's got like Sonia and then Yalreth above.
What you doing? That whole cartoony kind of peeking around the corner.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
I mean, there's
Three Stooges style.
yeah. There's not as many books upstairs. You should be good here as long as you don't go in the basement.
Hmm.
Like, don't you want a bed, man?
Shady tree, bed, it's all the same to me.
You have food.
I smelled it. I'll be fine, I promise.
Okay.
He's not gonna skedaddle away. He's not going to be a runner, I think.
Eris just stares at him a little longer, just really trying to figure him out. And just almost like she's trying to read him, but he's not a book, so it doesn't work.
I was about to say.
Curses.
Interpretive charades?
What was that? Sorry.
Interpretive charades.
Yeah, sure, we'll go with that.
It was
Fair enough.
the
And then, like,
feathers of a
oh,
chicken. He's scared of the books.
Gareth doesn't get it. Why would you not want to be around books? And then she walks away to go eat some more. Just, I don't understand.
As for the DM, question for the DM, seeing as we've moved on to the more awkward phase, when everybody kind of saunters off by themselves, what's the name of the face in the crystals again?
It is Vigil. Basically, you guys all have a not a full vigil like Liam does, but it's a little helper vigil, smaller portion kind of thing. Yeah,
Mhm.
Vigil light.
You'd be able to ask it questions and stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
Correct. Yeah, and it could answer in its limited capacity.
So if I or Jin was to ask it and be like, any books that would be willing to teach one how to read?
It would be able to direct you to some that are actually not even in the library downstairs, but in the bookshelves around the upstairs area.
Fair enough. He might go peruse one of those eventually. Maybe when everybody else is settled and all that kind of stuff.
Okay. At this moment, as you guys are all hunkering down, Liam's going to excuse himself. He's going to go sit and read for a bit and try to recover from his ordeal.
That's fair enough. I mean, he's been through quite a bit. Yep, Sabrak will just
Boop-a-doop-a-doop.
wave him
Elio's
off.
Boop-a-doop.
Elio's a space cadet. He's like not even seemed to have heard anything. Like he's just not there.
Almost like catatonic.
Yeah, almost. Not quite as like drastic or like that, but he just does not seem to be in the room at the moment.
He's got the 1,000-yard stare.
He do.
It does concern me that Elio has not done anything as of late. Is his power system on?
Yeah, giggles at that.
Oh god.
Sonya's-
She was
Yes.
Sabrak, we don't. Well, we do run on power, but not as you do. We don't power down. Well,
Elio.exe has failed.
right?
Have we tried turning them on and off again?
Word.
Didn't work.
I have a book that will help with that.
Elio,
Eyebrow wiggle intensified.
can't say Elio's not broken, but Elio hasn't run out of power. I think Elio is thinking extremely deeply. Maybe. I don't know.
That's
Not
part of
sure.
it. Sure.
Not
Sonya's
sure how smart
leaned
he is.
over the table, like waving her hand in front of Elio's face, like, hello.
Oh, let's do this then. That's when he sort of starts out of it. He's like, what?
Oh,
I
okay.
return.
Yeah, we were just trying to. You zoned out for a second there. We were a little worried.
Sorry. It's like he's like looking to find like, how do I speak again? Was distracted by something Liam told me.
Do you want to talk about it, or do you just want to stuff your face with food?
Food sounds good, though talking about it probably would help, but nothing
do-
to be
we'll do
done.
And Sonia slides Elio her plate of like just meat. There is nothing else out there.
Here,
He
touch my
doesn't-
meat.
He does not complain about those.
And I'm gonna get a second plate for myself.
Okay, Jin, as you're going through books on the shelves there and like picking them up, you are able to understand all the titles. It's almost like your own inner monologue is reading you the titles on the books.
Okay. Well, his thought process is because he's relatively keen, and me knowing that the player, he also has keen mind as a feat. He's going to take the opportunity with being surrounded by so much knowledge to possibly begin to teach himself how to read at a more basic level. Because from where he's from, it's pictographs and
Oral
word,
traditions,
it's
yeah.
spoken tradition, right? So being able to read, he's kind of a mindset that if he could teach himself how to read and write, he could record some of the knowledge that he has.
Yeah. You find A is for Asimar.
Yes.
ABCs of D&D.
And C Kobold Run.
Oh.
No,
Yes.
nothing to do with kobolds.
Just C Spot Run, but with a kobold instead of Spot.
Love it.
But yeah, there's lots of introductory books here, and your little pocket vigil is more than willing to assist you in
Do you
learning
want me
how
to roll something for that? To see if he
no.
can start picking up on it?
This, I think, is just going to be over time kind of thing.
Yeah.
Practice over time. So incrementally, day by day, you'll be getting better, as long as your character doesn't get frustrated by it too easily. Like I said, you do have a helper, so that it does make it a lot easier. And Vigil is willing to teach and is very patient and everything with you. So
Well, he can also perfectly recall whatever he's seen too, so.
yeah.
No, I figured it would be something like that. And truth be told, he doesn't really want to weigh down on anybody else and be like, yeah, they're great for kindling. Because to me, this is nothing but a big room filled with very thin pieces of kindling.
Don't light a match.
What?
Ah, fuck.
I can see Megan's lips moving, but I can't hear her talking.
I muted it because I ate a chip. I said I'm pretty sure Liam, Yalreth, and Sabrak would all murder him if he burnt any of the books.
No, I think
Yeah.
at that point, Fabric would just look at him, and he'd have that face, and there'd be a little bit of oil that comes out. It's like, how could you betray me?
He'd look back at Zabrak and be like, I didn't think it was that dusty.
Brilliant.
My bad.
Rip.
Bobby?
Golly.
But no, long story short on this one, it's he's going to start teaching himself to read and write in the off chance that everybody will leave him alone.
I mean, you never know when you'll be alone with a random piece of information that is super important and nobody else can read. Or there's nobody else there. Why did it happen?
It's one of those things where it's like, you know, you get the barbarian who's standing in front of the tablet of push lever up to save friends in pit.
Right?
And then just
Exactly.
uses the stick
That's what
and
I
snaps
mean.
it off.
That's what I mean.
It's the Groot moment. Don't push the button.
I'm Groot.
Phil tact.
Just use the lever as a club.
Just throw the whole bomb at him.
All right.
Oh,
Well,
man.
if there's, if you guys want to keep talking, or we can cut to the next day.
We were gonna get Elio to talk about his traumas.
All right. Go talk about Elio.
Wait, what?
Oh, God. Yeah, he's just sort of munching away and just sort of, again, just. He seems a little out of it again, but it's not like as deep as it was the first time. Just sort of idle contemplation.
I have heard that sometimes talking upon things that we are dwelling upon may help with processing them in some manner.
Helio's attention gets like suddenly drawn. He's like, "Oh, yeah." Simple of it is, I thought my mother was dead, and she's not.
Query, how did you come about this knowledge?
Technically through Liam, more directly through this book, the one that Yalreth would see the book that they had on the road, the war and whatnot, and he just goes there. I've for someone as old as I am, I've learned something new about the Fae. So,
What might that be?
well, when the Fae die, we go back to the plane that we came from, the Feywild. I was unaware of this. I've been on the Prime a good portion of my life, so we never really went back. So my people don't really know that, aside from the ones that are probably back home. So yeah, a little bit of a shock on that one.
Well, wouldn't knowing your mom's alive be a good thing?
Oh, it is. It's a very good thing. It is both relieving and dismaying at the same time, because one, I don't know of any means currently to see her again, and B, her death wasn't peaceful. Let's put it that way. It wasn't exactly a great moment that I got to see. So the fact that I know she's at least alive is comforting, that I'm considering what she went through.
Barry, I have a question.
Have a query.
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 I would like to know more.
The need
Would you
to
like to
know
know
more intensified.
Oh my god.
When Yalreth and I went to the material plane, or what is it called? Toriel? The Toril? This
yeah.
world. This world. From the Feywild. Would it have been a one-way trip?
There's weak spots, and you can find them, but they're kind of fickle. You can exit one way, and you may not be able to get back that same way.
Okay.
But sometimes people wandering through the woods end up stumbling upon a weak spot and end up in the Feywilds and go mad.
I'm lucky I didn't go mad.
Or
Did
did
you?
Would you like to know more?
As I say, smash cut to Yalreth sitting on a stump, just
Rocking backwards and forwards.
Would you like more tea, Sonia? Like pours it onto a leaf. Sonia's actually just this goat she found.
Yalreth's nuts.
Okay. I just wanted to ask because I was trying to figure out
Well,
which
I
offer.
gotta write a new ending here. 1 sec.
Let me just grab my notes with the entire campaign and
Oh man.
This is
Magic.
better than anything I had.
She
Yeah,
just
well.
sat there surrounded by goats. These are my friends. We go on adventures together.
This one's Sonia. That one's Elio. That one's Jin. He's the big one. That one over there is Sabric, and it's just a rock.
Yeah.
He came from an asteroid.
yep.
And this little guy is Toe, and it's a frog.
The D is
Ultimate
Snowball.
adventure party.
I just wanted to ask because
Oh,
trying to
God.
figure out how I was gonna offer this. Well, I don't know the way exactly, but my dad used to go between the Feywilds and here all the time. So when I eventually find him, we can see if maybe he'd be able to show you how he did that.
Elio's eyes like light up. Like he already tends to look rather like bright and jubilant. It just gets bigger. He's like, that would be amazing.
Well-
Yeah. Yeah, let's do that. Need to decide something.
Then I guess.
Oh yes! Elio just like gets off of his chair and just like bear hugs Sonia. Thank you.
No problem. Don't mention it.
Oh.
You're doing that red face thing again, Sonia.
With that,
found the
Elio. Elio realizes that with Yalreth's words and goes, "Oh, sorry, boundaries."
It's okay. I just don't. Yalreth's really the only person who's hugged me. So that was yeah.
Sorry,
No, I'm just being weird.
and I am taking all of your firsts, aren't I?
Yes,
He just says it with a grin. Sorry. I'll ask next time.
No, it's fine. It caught me off guard. That's all.
Okay. I just never want to make you feel uncomfortable.
From your pocket there, Sonia. Sonia, your heart rate is elevated. Are you okay?
You seem to be in a heightened state.
Are you experiencing distress?
Oh jeez.
No, just surprised, Vigil. Thank you.
Really
But
noted.
yeah, I don't know how long that'll be. Still trying to
I'm-
find him, but yeah, once that happens, we can ask him. I'm sure he'd be happy to help. I mean,
Yeah.
he had
Yeah.
no problem with Illyrians, so
Really?
that was
First.
the word, right? It's Illyrian.
Yeah. Yes, Illyrians. Yeah. Well, I mean, I suppose most Fae don't take issue with most other Fae, but some species don't necessarily enjoy ours. So, but it's fair.
No, I
Considering
mean,
all that we are.
he hates a lot of people, but you guys are on his good books.
Oh, I don't know what that says about him. No offense to your dad.
No, he's awesome. A little intense, but
Intriguing. That's intriguing.
yeah, he said, "I respect a Fae that knows how to kick some ass."
Nice.
Fair. You know what? Yep. Fair.
I don't need
That
to
is
go to my
about,
notes to say that, but
That is about all we know how to do.
So it seems like many of us are on a quest to find familial kith and kin.
I suppose eventually, yeah.
Yes, for I was able to uncover maybe possibly links to my own lineage.
Oh,
creations.
surely. What
Very
did you
much
learn?
so. Well, as I delved into the archives with Liam, I came to my attention that there was a pursuit of the dwarves trying to find a cache of adamantine. And they
Oh.
found, effectively, myself and other units similar to my designation, and had repurposed my kindred towards other purposes. However, unfortunately, many of them were lost during an orc invasion.
Sorry to hear that.
It is just the course of nature in that way. If my people are able to provide some service, I suppose that is one form of consolation. However, I still wish to know what am I?
As you say that,
See.
Ida does a dunk dunk dunk. As Sonia's like, kind of like looking like, wait, are you made of adamantine then? Dunk dunk. Feels more like metal.
Yes, my composition is that of metal parts. And as some may have referred to adamantine as star metal, it seems as though possibly I have come from a different place, or my kin have come from a different place, not of this realm.
Well, that seems to be the running fashion for at least 3 of us, so.
Bear in
Well,
mind,
I-
Yalreth looks impressed that Sonia actually leant up and knocked on Sabrak.
Or
I'm
Wait,
curious.
Sonia. Sonia, are you from the Feywild or no?
Yes and no. Dad said I was born here, but I don't remember any of it. I grew up
Okay.
in the Feywild, but
Ah.
didn't see much of it.
Mm.
And I've been here for about a year, I guess.
Okay. I wasn't sure. Didn't want to assume. Well, Sabrak, I'm sure that we'll find some more information on your people. Would be nice to give you some answers, some closure.
Well, as Gundren had provided the limb of one of my kith or kin, perhaps there are links further within Phandalin. However, I believe that tale will be for another day.
And Sabrak kind of puts its hands onto the table to rise.
I must take my leave, however, my friends. I have things I must attend to. If you do wish to find me, I shall be outside for a moment.
Okay.
Of course.
And Sabrak will pick up the tome that has in its hands.
Don't
and
forget
then
to pick a
will-
bedroom.
Bedroom. This unit does not require rest. My power cells operate in a different capacity than most organics.
Well, perhaps just a room for privacy and other
Storing books.
type things.
Ah, yes, there is also the storage of the small chest that we found while we were
Mm.
navigating through
Yeah.
the caves.
That's right. We weren't really able to open that thing, were we?
No, we were unable to.
As it fishes around in its robes, it'll just rest it on the table for now. And
I shall entrust its well-being to yourself. If you find anything of worthwhile note of it upon opening of the vessel, feel free to take what you wish from it.
We'll have a delve into it and we'll have a chat, no doubt, about it. See what we can find.
so Sabrak will give you all a wave of its hand, and then it will depart from the room as it goes outside. It does not bother Jin as it goes out into the wilderness.
As Sabrak walks out, Yalreth's head turns and is just like looking after him. The curiosity absolutely clear on her features, just like wondering what he's doing.
You guys don't
You
think
know
it
you
was...
can always ask.
Should I
I mean,
have
he's
asked?
Would you like
gone.
to know more?
My gosh, it's like you could have legs to follow him.
Why are you such an ass? Yalreth gets up and walks out.
You know, just
Why-
just giggling.
Why do you tempt me so?
I'm sorry, I thought I was feeding the curiosity.
Do you guys think I probably should have
Thing-
asked before I knocked on his head?
Well, maybe, but I mean, as much as he is metal and not necessarily of flesh, he still certainly has some kind of sentience to him, so perhaps treating him with the same amount of consent that anyone else would require, then yeah, sure, probably be a good idea.
That is true. I will keep that in mind. Yalrith, I think,
Mm.
yeah, you're a bad influence sometimes.
Elio just
you.
kind of like stifles a laugh with a hand.
I know that's the
Yalrith.
point, but still.
It means I'm doing my job and earning my powers. You're welcome.
Fine, true. Stuff,
Besides,
food.
you didn't damage Sabrak.
No, of course not. I just, tap. I didn't full out punch him.
I mean,
Oh.
he may not like it, but I'm proud of you.
I don't know, Yalreth, would you appreciate someone coming and knocking on your head?
Depends who it was. If it was you, I'd probably bite you. Anyone else,
Tempting. His eyes light up as if you've given him a great challenge, but he refrains.
Agent of Chaos.
Another day. The ultimate test. Knock on Yalrith's head without her finding out. He's gonna start doing things and just gonna find what the fuck? How did this get here?
Yeah, it's called Ghost Hand.
Yeah, it's just you're back.
It's fine because every little bit of mischief Yalreth sows, even unintentionally, will please Mother even more. Fine.
Oh my god. Well, he's Fae, so there's plenty of mischief. I mean, one of his personality traits is literally, I can be a little too curious for my own good. Mischief runs in my veins.
Hell yes.
Oh, good times. But yeah, you can certainly follow him. Now, but there's nothing saying you can't. If you're curious, you can ask him.
That's fair.
They were
And,
all party together.
And she'll just, without saying another word, she will just get up and leave the room. Her head, following where she's going, completely, this conversation's over, I'm out. It's not even about being rude or anything, it's just her brain has shifted to a new thing.
To a new
And so,
fixation.
she will make her way outside, just...
Elio's gaze just kind of follows her.
That's a quick question for the DM. How's the weather looking outside?
That is a good question.
You are rested.
It's a mild evening. It's
Okay. Are
quite
the
nice.
stars visible?
Yeah, in between some of the cloud cover.
Okay. Yeah, so that would be when Yalrith would be outside. Sabrak is about maybe 20, 30 feet away from the building. As you can see, its head is turned up to the heavens. And it's sort of looking at the constellations that are going about, the holy symbol that it has carried about its neck. It has a small bout of illumination from it, but it seems to be more focused up to the sky rather than anything else at the moment.
Where'd the fucking go come from?
That's the constellation Sabrak's looking at.
The
It's
constellation
the
of the goat.
Capricorn.
Exactly.
Yeah, it was surprise goat! Ah!
It's her insanity. The goats are coming.
This is her flashback, her hallucination breaking through to show her the reality. Yeah.
Oh my god.
So Yara's gonna walk up next to Sabrak. She's not gonna say anything, she's just gonna look up and kind of try and look for what he's looking at. And look at the stars and stuff.
Sabrak does not seem to even notice you.
You need to stop torturing me with these goats, man. I don't know if I'm sane or not anymore.
Barry, I feel like this is a point where I'm gonna have to put emotional music on top of it, but I'm also gonna be compelled to make a bah sound every time a goat appears.
Do it.
Yes.
Do it.
Yes.
They've contracted the goat madness.
I think I'm immune to it.
Yep. That would
Why
be.
the
That's
Harvard-
probably apt. That's probably apt.
You are patient zero. You're where all the goat madness is coming from.
Yeah.
I
Jin
win.
is the-
Oh god,
Jin is
it's
the goat
spreading.
lord.
I have become Lord of the Goats! Sounded much better in my head.
Aw,
I like it.
curses.
Not as good as deer.
It'll probably take
So-
about 5-10 minutes of Sabrak just looking up to the sky before it turns down and notices you, Yalrith. It's like,
Oh, have you come to engage in watching of the stars as well?
Oh, Sabrak, so cute. Sorry.
That's what you were doing?
Where have I come from? Where am I going?
where did it come from? Where did it go?
Where did it come
Where did it
from?
come
Robot
from,
Joe?
glowing eye Joe?
So, right, do the stars look pretty to you?
Yes, I have always had an appreciation for the stars. Makes me, even before I knew of what I know now, I've always wondered what existed beyond, where you see the glistening gems up in the heavens.
Yeah.
Perhaps it was part of some of the literature I had read previously, or maybe some of the other potential things that are inside me. But I wonder what their names are. Who was the first one that came upon them? What could exist beyond what we currently observe in our realm here?
Fair. I wonder about that too. I mean, I've read things.
It is
Read lots of
also
things.
very much so. It is also part of many of the things I store within this tome I carry with me.
As it presents the item in question, you see that the leather binding has been removed, and you see aged parchment there, and there's writing in a language you may not understand. It's penned in Celestial.
I don't think Yalreth knows Celestial.
Probably not.
I can translate for you if you wish.
I'm gonna look on it. Wait. Oh, you. Hi.
Oh, you.
Yes,
Oh,
it is
jeez.
I. It is I, D&D Clippy. I see you're trying to read Celestial. How can I help?
Oh God,
Oh,
no!
no.
Yes.
What have you
Oh,
done?
no.
I've
How
done
dare you.
everything.
No. Gareth will like kind of start and just be like, I forgot. Vigil, hi. I mean, if Sabrak, do you mind if I have a look? This seems quite personal to you.
You are more than welcome to peruse it if you wish.
And Yareth gently.
That's how you make friends.
Yay!
Huzzah! She got it!
Feel tag.
Roll for initiative. So, what is the book that you've handed over?
So it's the tome that Sabrak has carried with him for most of its existence. Inside of it, penned in Celestial, is more of the musings that the Warforged has had upon interactions in the world. You'd see that there's treatises and theories upon stuff that has come through avid learning along with Enzen, and even prior to that, you can see in the ledgers and the edges of some of these items that it has its own thoughts upon them, sort of more so questioning what exactly the intention was, like maxims and everything else. We can go into a whole section of philosophy in here, but Yalreth, you definitely see, like, you almost have at the very beginning of the tome, it's like very much, well, like a toddler sort of like trying to say, well, why is this happen? Why does this do? This makes no sense. But then further on, as you go through the book, you see more in-depth looking at it, that you see where, treatises have been put. There's like scrawls all over the place, arrows indicating areas of where this should be a complex thought or anything of that nature.
Almost
You'd
like
see-
a teacher graded it, almost like and put in notes, or like
Yeah,
a proofreader.
Except this is more like Sabrak proofreading itself.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking it was. But yeah.
And at the very end, you sort of see more so like the journeys that Sabrak has gone with Enzen and going on their journeys together. And then at the very tail end, sort of almost more of a very, very personal piece of sort of outlining the death of his friend. It's sort of like trying to outline how it processed knowing that how Ensign died and what was the reason why Ensign wanted to keep going. You would also see there would be notice of Jin with him as he led both of them out along with Toe, out from the caverns and the hideous creature that had basically polluted Ensign with the chest burster in a way.
Oh boy.
So you definitely see Sabrak trying to use. At first glance, it's like, okay, Sabrak's a robot. Fair enough, fine. But you more see it's like trying to logically go through things, like saying it felt this emotion at this particular point in time. Why is that? Why did it make that important? And at the very end of it, there's scrawls and crossouts and everything. There's a mention at the very end is that I felt the way I did because Ensign was one of my truest friends.
And
I'm
I
not there yet.
killed him.
You're a monster.
It's okay. It's okay, DM. We get to kill you multiple times.
It was a
Yeah.
very horror esque session 0 for those two.
And there was ours.
Ours is just, I
Pure
saw a
horny.
dick, we went to a festival, and we stopped some bandits.
Just pure
good
horny.
Upon
Ours looked like, Prometheus.
Nice.
Mhm.
So as Yalreth takes this in and realizes just what she's reading reading the process of a being forming its very existence, its very ego, its very psyche, and that is precious. So, and she understands just what Sabrak has let her into. And so she will reach into her pack and pull out her own journal that she has kept since leaving home and pass it to Sabrak. And it will detail how she left home, how she was rejected essentially by her clan, making her way through the world with just... Essentially, it was just a polearm and her book smarts at first, because she had no gift to speak of. She didn't really know anything about magic. It hadn't been open to her before she'd come across the Feywilds. It will detail how she stumbled through a veil and came to an unimaginable land of stuff she read out of stories. Meetings with Mother. There isn't much of a description of Mother other than she was obviously a maternal being, and she seemed larger than life. And then, of course, meeting Sonia and then Mother, and the bargain with Mother to teach Sonia how to be a little more fun-loving and mischievous, and their year travelling round, getting into all sorts of different things, leading up to when we all met. And she will let Sabrak flick through that as like, this is my experience. It's nowhere near as detailed in the sense of forming emotions and reforming her psyche, but it's definitely the writings of a liberated soul.
Yeah, Sabrak will gingerly take this item and leaf through the pages. You see that the optics of its face light up as it's, looking through the lines and parsing through what Yalreth has written down. And at the conclusion of looking at that, gently closes the book, hands it back to Yalreth.
I understand much more now upon reading this precious item of yours.
Same.
And as the two of them sit out there under the stars exchanging journals, we'll call a quick break here.
So
Come back after we've taken a little
I was
bio break
almost
here.
going to spit this water out, so I'm glad I stopped.
One day I will get you.
Can you hear adventure calling? Do you hear it beckon? Choose your fate, the dice are falling. Chase your destiny. Traveling with your companions, forming your own story. Facing dungeons, fighting dragons, live your legacy. Searching for a greater purpose, carrying the burden of a pain-filled history, healing through the comfort of companions, chasing after freedom, waiting patiently. We can hear adventure calling, we will answer bravely. the dice, we'll face our fate, we'll chase our destiny.
we're back from our break here. I'll do.
I mean, are we really back from our break? 'Cause
I don't know.
I'm thinking we took a break from sanity.
No,
I think
that's,
I've been broken for a while.
Hmm.
Let's be honest.
we took a break from sanity? Oh crap, we were supposed to be on it in the first place?
Nah,
Fuck it
no.
up.
That's okay. Let's go back into the dream world.
So, Yalreth and Sprek have had a nice touching moment outside. It is late in the evening. I'm suggesting everyone go to bed, but what can I do as the DM? I'm actually powerless, despite everyone's beliefs in what DMs do.
It is a sad, sad truth.
Truly, I am at the mercy of the characters.
Alright, you guys going to bed? No, none of us are. Next 3 sessions are us still being in the library.
So tell me more about
Now
your
the
father.
building's on fire. It's like, nah, school's too cool for us. We're gonna stay here.
Oh no, the
Jen, you wanted
apocalypse
that-
happened
that
and the guy
gallon
we
of
were trying to
gasoline, right?
save is dead.
Oh my lord.
Yeah, I would say
Well,
after
one
a
of us
certain.
actually isn't going to bed.
Sabric.
Yeah, I would say
Oh,
near the.
Elio
coming
got
twilight.
close.
Oh yeah.
Yep,
Hi,
at
how's it going?
some point he sort of shuffled over and sat next to you as we ate.
Munch.
Well, hi there, girly.
Hey there, Cottontail. Come here often.
No, I got the tail to cover the cottontail. I got the skirt to cover the cottontail. Words are happening, but not in order.
Words.
Usually appropriate.
Yes, the vanilla screwdriver is kicking in.
That is me sober too. You know me.
Right. No, Ilya just sort of finishes his meal and he's like, well, I think I'm going to retire for the evening. I've had enough surprises for the past 24 hours. Thank you again for the offer with your father.
Yeah, like I said, I'm sure he'll be happy to help once we find him. So.
Is he missing or?
No, he's just he left for a bit, but he said he'd come back, so I'm just waiting.
He
for
went
that to
out for
happen.
smokes and
Never came back.
Jesus.
That's one heck of a 15-minute break.
Do we have a content warning up now?
I mean, if we didn't have content warning up before, just
Oh my
saying.
lord. Yeah. No, Ilya, that's fine. That's good. I'll leave you to your evening. And yeah, we'll see you in the morning, I suppose.
Yeah, see you then.
You have a good sleep, Sonia.
You
He
too.
just gives her a bright smile and gets up and goes about to claim a room.
Then with the approaching twilight that's happening, Sabrak will motion to Yalreth as
I think it might be best for you to retire to your chambers. I will also be doing the same. Even though I may not require rest, much like our rest of our companions, it is no doubt a means of solidarity if we are able to rest for the night and start with a fresh brain and power cell for the next day.
It's not a bad idea. She takes one last look at the stars before getting to her feet and walking back into the schoolhouse, clubhouse, whatever we're calling this. Schoolhouse.
Ooh.
Sure.
I'm kind of surprised that Sabrak doesn't think that like regular folk in this world are powered by the moon or something because of the amount of time they have to spend powered down.
Well, I mean, that's what he asked the question is like, is Elio's power cell malfunctioning or not?
Yup.
I think Sabrak would take note of Jin that's there in the library, still probably reading there. Sort of,
Jin, are you going to head to bed anytime soon?
Nah.
Very well.
She's kind of like shading, nah. Next page.
Your power cells must be more robust than others here.
It's just like flexes, does the kiss.
Sonia, you see Liam on the couch with his spellbook over his face. He is fast asleep.
oh, he conked out.
No.
Look at the little mageling that can't read.
It's the dwarf like,
write!
That was like, how many beds were there? 1, 2, 3.
7.
And there's only 5 of us, including Toe.
No, there's 6 of us, including Toe, but there's still an extra bed.
Does he
Yep.
seem like comfortable, or is this like he's gonna have like a pain in his neck when he wakes up?
It looks to be like a comfortable couch.
She's gonna grab the blanket from her bed. Because she hasn't actually gone to the other room, so she doesn't know that there's extra beds. And she's just gonna put a blanket on him.
No.
And then...
This
she
is a
gonna go
very
to bed.
wholesome episode for everyone.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, considering
Most-
the last episode involved torture and waterboarding.
Back to power balance. The scales are like this. Got
They're very
slowly
mixed
get 'em back.
messages
You're like
from this
this, right?
party.
We're gonna. Yeah, there was also goblin standards on people's swords and pikes and whatnot. Yeah.
Mhm.
Hey,
We're
I
gonna
tried
find
to
our
do a
equal right
skewer
here.
and I failed. So, like, don't lump me in with Jin on that.
Yeah, she was wrong, but you know, apparently wielding a dead goblin as a flag is not a good thing. You know, other people put like skulls and crossbones on their stuff. I've wielded a goblin, and people are like, "Ugh."
Yeah, heaven forbid.
I mean, we kept the kobold alive. I didn't murk him.
It's true.
Yet.
Yeah.
Let's not get there. We know that Toe will
Which
survive us
episode
all.
will be Stubbar?
No, everyone needs a scapegoat. I have a lot of goats.
Alright, and noticing that Jin will be up for a little bit longer, Saverick will just autonomously go to the room over here. He'll go put his things in a little storage, foot locker there, and then he's just going to not use the bed. He's just going to go into the corner and go into sleep mode.
Toe's just gonna wake up and see Saverick like,
Standing in the middle of his bed.
It's not responsive.
Yeah. Yeah. Saverick has taken off the robes and everything, so you just see the metal chassis and everything. He's just standing.
Oh, full Terminator mode.
Yeah.
you give off a different scent when you're awake.
I will.
I'm not even gonna
reserve
attempt the Saverick voice.
Ah, no, silver dragon's naughty bits are hanging out. Ah, cover it.
Red
He
Dragon.
wakes up with like stuff glued to him. Meat has just been slathered in a loincloth around him.
Oh my god.
I will heal you.
Must protect the
Replace
dignity
your
of the dragon.
meat.
Are we still doing phrasing? Because phrasing should be a thing. There's like some stuffed in a cavity that's up near his face. Tried to feed him.
All right. So you guys all get the effects of a long rest, except for Jin, who's staying up. Sabric, you have something of a dream.
Do androids dream of electric sheep?
That's Jin's job.
So you hear a klaxon horn. Where? You are in essentially like a closet. You know, it's just about the same size as you. The door slides open, and inside this like shining metal hall is a rotating red light, and you see other doors sliding up, and more of you coming out from these closets. You begin to file out and run down this hallway, and then just a shattering explosion sends you flying sideways into the wall. And that's when you wake up.
Okay. Yeah, the process has to go on. The optics turn sort of fuzzy, and then.
So you're a Mac.
THX plays in the background.
Something you do notice is there's actually like a little, almost like an arc of electricity, but orange electricity coming from your little vigil helper amulet, hitting you, and then it dissipates.
Interesting.
That 7 Constitution roll is really hitting now.
Accurate.
Yeah, I'm just making a note of this because I'm pretty sure it'll come back later of importance.
Sabrak will remember this.
You'll wake up and get breakfast.
Breakfast.
Get
He's
that
up rather early.
What about second breakfast?
Afternoon tea.
Elevensies, luncheon, supper, dinner.
Well, don't everybody go at once.
Alright, I'm having a kind of issue. So, apparently, I have no level 1 spell slots.
Oh, well done.
So I'm looking through my PHB.
Okay, well, she's gonna do that.
You're a warlock.
Yeah, warlocks, they don't have like separate spells. It's when you level up, your spells are now at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're always casting your spells at the max level that you can for your level.
Wait, so I literally get 2 spell slots
Yep.
for all
Yep.
my spells?
Yep.
Yep.
What?
Low-level warlocks suck.
It's all about the cantrips and like
Yeah.
the eldritch or the
Eldritch
evocations.
blast.
Eldritch Smash!
Smells your slap.
Smell your smash.
Okay, alright.
But a warlocks, it's the invocations and the cantrips make up for the lack of spell slots.
Okay.
And getting spell slots back on a short rest instead of a long rest.
Yes.
Ah, okay.
They balance themselves out.
And you wake
They're a
up to
different kind of spellcaster.
Yes.
and you wake up to
Oh, yeah.
Sonia poking you in the face.
Barry, you know how you gave me Vigil? Gave it Yalreth Vigil?
Yep.
She's got the Eldritch Invocation, Eyes of the Runekeeper.
Okay, but like the benefit is like that is even I'm pretty sure that even lets you read like not made up languages, but like code and stuff. So
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, I can read all writing. But Vigil still helps.
Or
Oh,
this
but
pocket vigil could break a code.
does
probably.
Yalreth wake up to Sonia in her face?
she's poking your face like, Yalreth, it's time to wake up. Yeah, she's not like right in your face. She's not. But
All up in your business.
I wouldn't get anywhere
this
near
is
that
probably
snoop.
this is probably a
Polite
usual
poking.
occurrence though of Sonia waking up beforehand and trying to politely wake you up. Does like the shoulder shake, it doesn't
Fair.
work, and she's just given up at this point and goes right to the face poke.
Yeah, the shoulder
beat
shake
that snoop.
doesn't work. Yalreth sleeps like a log.
I feel that Sonia is going to have to learn how Jin wakes people up. It's so polite. You just grab a toe and twist.
I don't
Oh
have
my
toes!
It's alright, you lift underneath, and then you get right underneath the hook where that soft part is,
Ooh,
and you
no.
just push.
Oh.
You are
Whoa.
a monster!
Helio's
go.
just like, that is a good way to wake you up.
You'll be up and awake.
Oh.
You won't need coffee.
Helio would agree with this method.
Did Toe actually go in the room, or?
No, no.
Okay.
When
I
he said,
was like,
when
wait,
he
what?
said grab a toe, I was like,
Oh.
eh.
Barry got my meaning. I could throw toe on them. You know, just-
Wow. I'm gonna hit you with a kobold.
Either way, yeah, poke, poke, poke until you wake up.
Yeah, Yalreth will blearily open. It's like, is everyone up?
I'm not sure. I haven't left the room yet, but we should probably go eat.
Okay. Why is sleep so good?
Earlier you wake up, the sooner you get to read.
And
I'm up.
beelines out through the door.
Meep, meep.
This beast knows me.
Doesn't go through the door, just makes a perfect outline through the wall.
Just, good morning to Elio.
Helio will greet Sonia with a pleasant smile, goes, "Good morning, Sonia. Did you sleep well?"
Yeah, sleeping in an actual bed is nice.
It has its perks, doesn't it? Elio definitely seems much more of his self that you met upon at the celebration than he was the past couple days.
Slept the
Much more
angst
cheerful,
away.
bright-faced.
Mhm.
There's sort of that just typical jovialness to him that seems natural.
So I
Yalreth
guess...
comes. Oh, go on.
Oh, I was gonna say, so I guess we should wait until everyone's up to decide if we're going to go find that guy today?
Up would probably be a good idea, yeah. I figured most people would be coming in here and getting some food, save possibly Sabrek, though I feel he'd come anyway.
You guys can actually hear a faint, like...
Yalreth stops at the kitchen door. Am I hearing things? And she's like looking around bodily, just like turning around in the doorway to the sound.
You here now, then? Not in your bed anymore?
No, she'd walked into the kitchen after Sonia. I was trying to say that.
Okay,
No,
you were sitting in bed. Your token was still sitting in bed, so
Oh, yeah, my bad.
no worries.
Who is this person?
Well, Sabrak and Jin, you do recognize Sildar. Sildar walk in. He looks like he's gotten a good night's sleep. He's Liam. It's good to see you're doing well. I was wondering if I could hire you fine folks for something.
An adventure, perhaps?
Yes, of sorts. I represent the Lord's Alliance. A friend of mine, Inaro Albrecht, was sent here to set up a chapter house for the Lord's Alliance, but he disappeared while exploring around Mander about 2 months ago. I've been asking around town, and that seems to be the consensus from everyone I've come across. After the ordeal with the goblins, I just don't feel up to going out and exploring on my own right now. So I was wondering if, you fine folk would be able to do it for me. I'll pay the guild fee, obviously, but you guys have time for that?
Ela kind of looks about to everybody and goes, well, consensus. I mean, we pretty much got the cart where we were supposed to get it, and aside from that, we're sort of open for business, I suppose. Unless there's something I'm forgetting.
Well, Liam will say, we do have to find Gundren at some point, but we're at a loss until we know more about Cragmaw Castle. Maybe there's some hints up at the manor, even. Or if we find Inaro, he might know something.
Really, anywhere we go could possibly lead to any sort of information, because we can ask anybody among our travels to possibly see.
Well,
Yes,
we could
it's
go.
a phrase of two birds with one thrown projectile, as they say.
With one stone. The term is with one stone there, Sabrak.
But the stone is being thrown, hence it is a projectile.
Yes, very true, but the phrase and euphemism of itself is two birds with one stone. To be specific. Shorter on the tongue.
This unit will clarify this notion.
Jin just looks at Sabrak for a moment, goes, one piece of ammunition, 2 kills.
That's the point behind it. Well, I don't see why not. If everybody's agreeing to it, certainly be willing to help.
Perfect, thank you. I'm staying at the Town Master's Hall right now. If you find anything, please just come see me.
All right.
Oh, yeah, sounds good. Sorry, still waking up.
So are we starting at the manor, or are we starting with a different location?
By all means, have breakfast or something first.
Yalreth walks back into the kitchen.
Elio's been done for a while, so he's just going to peruse around, but kind of answering Jin's question, he's like, the manor would be as good a place as any to start. Unless you have a better idea.
No, he just mentioned multiple places. We were like, yeah.
Well, he mentioned that he had done some investigating around town time, and all he'd been able to come up was that his friend had gone up to Descender Manor, and that was the last thing anyone had seen.
Okay, the manor was mentioned first time, and Descender was mentioned a second, but he didn't put that it's the same place.
Yeah, sorry.
That's okay. That's my bad.
We could certainly gain some benefit by maybe even asking the residents within Phandalin, and also procuring a description of this individual that Sildar is looking for.
Geez, yeah, sorry, he would have given you the description. That's on the DM.
It's okay. We could have assumed that Sildar's like, yeah, I'm looking for my bud. He's like this, he's like that, normal friend.
Yeah, well,
Just a dude with a friend tag on him.
Feeding information into Sabrak, and Sabrak standing there going,
just feeding punishment.
it out.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So he'll describe Inaro as a human with dark hair, average height. He's a wizard.
Everyone's a wizard nowadays.
A wizard. So like this one, but with dark hair. And he points at
Liam.
Liam.
Liam's like, well, he's shorter than Liam, but yeah,
So he
Yes?
reaches over and he pushes Liam down in the chair just a little bit.
I'm sorry,
Liam's
what was
like,
the guy's
What are you doing?
what was the guy's name who gave this little task?
Sildar Hallwinter. He's one of the. He was escorting Gundren and Liam to Phandalin, and he also rescued him from the cave with the
Yep.
goblins.
Well, considering I think the manor is across town, we'll certainly be wandering past people. No doubt we could ask about. If they've seen him. Confirm if
Affirmative.
that's where he went. Perhaps any odd happenings at this manor. If anyone knows anything.
Yes, since we have only just come towards Phandalin, there might be rumors or other stories we might be able to procure.
Mm-hmm. Well then. I suppose once everybody's ready, we could head out.
This unit is well and ready and fortified for our adventure.
Likewise, I think Sonya and Yalreth were still to eat. I'm not sure about you, Jin, if you still have to eat food.
He just kind of like shrugs.
So did Jin sleep at all, or?
I mean, here and there, but not a full rest. And yes, I am well aware of it.
just making sure.
I accept these consequences of my character's actions before hearing from Josh right now.
I will say that you were able to get enough rest that you were not suffering exhaustion.
Sounds good to me.
But you're on that edge, you know. You can feel like I could use a nap, but I'm okay to roll.
On the razor's edge.
I mean, I hang out with a bunch of scholars. At some point, we're going to wind up back in a quiet library, and I'm going to go to sleep somewhere. So
It seems fair.
this is knowing your crowd.
Take it from someone who had to spend 3 episodes straight with 3 levels of exhaustion. Don't fuck with exhaustion if you don't have to.
No.
Not fun.
What's the word for it? Oh, it makes it interesting for casters. For melee, it's kind of like,
Yeah.
Yeah, just done.
You just become narcoleptic on the spot.
Just punch and you fall asleep with your fist still in their face.
fight's
In
over.
the middle of a sword fight. He's
Some
sleep
people
fighting.
sleepwalk, I sleep fight.
Yeah, sleep fighting.
All right, if you could gather your tokens in the entryway, please.
Bwop, bwop, bwop.
Whoop.
Don't forget toe.
I was just about to ask, are you actually taking Toe, or are you going to leave me to have another meat coma?
Like, we haven't exactly been invited to stay here.
Here we have.
Here we
Yeah,
are.
Like,
this is
not
your guild
long
house.
term? Oh, it's our guild
Yeah,
house,
this is
okay.
our guild house.
So
Well,
we're
your
both
guys'
part of the
guild
guild
house.
now. I didn't know we had officially joined the guild.
Yeah, you signed the contracts back in
Oh,
Neverwinter.
okay, that was for
We did,
joining. I
yeah.
thought that was for, like, the job. My
No.
bad. Sonya's just signing things without reading them.
That's okay. I couldn't read mine.
That's why Sabric just
I thought
goes
it was just for the
sign
job
there.
too.
None of
Gotta
us
read
other
Fabric,
than
guys.
Sabric read it.
And Yalreth reaches out
We
and
all
pats
kind of
Sonya on the head.
Went through it. Yeah, we all went through, but I personally was under the assumption that it was just for the job.
This is why you read things.
No, it was to join the guild.
Guess what? We're part of a guild.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
just
fine.
gonna say Sonya didn't read it.
I mean,
Me-
I'm blood bonded to this guild, I guess.
Let's let
So,
Toe
Toe,
digest his
yes
food.
or no?
Well, let him
Yes.
digest the
No.
food from yesterday. Leave him
Oh
here
yeah.
for now.
Okay, yeah, he's probably in like half a food coma.
Yeah, we'll leave Toe for now.
You might be able to gain some information, or maybe eat some
Mhm.
more with Liam.
He might gorge himself on everything.
Toe,
I
I'm
really
gonna
don't want to wield the cobalt as a weapon in this one.
say Toe. Help Liam find information on the dwarf we need to find, who I'm brain farting on the name of.
Gundren.
Gundren. Help Liam
Jeez.
find information on Gundren.
I gotta shrink your tokens now, because I moved you all to the next map. You're massive.
Like the goat.
That goat is gonna haunt me.
It is. That's the whole point.
Oh, crush through everything.
Oh. Ah, I'm squish.
She's tiny, she's toony, and definitely a little loony.
So itty bitty.
We're teeny tiny, eeny beeny. Why is Elio larger than the rest of us?
Because he's
Because
in
of
charge.
Happy now?
Twink power.
He's not in charge.
I was gonna say twink power.
It's for the same
okay.
reason I'm squat, okay?
I don't think anybody's particularly in charge so much as Elio just wants to get shit done. And talks a lot.
So, welcome to Phandalin, guys.
Hey.
I haven't ever been here before. I don't know what you mean. This is all new to me.
I'm sensing a bit of sarcasm.
Incorporated.
That's out of character sarcasm,
It kind of perforates it like Swiss cheese.
right? My apologies. Couldn't help myself.
Well, it lets you explore the town a bit if you want, or if you can go right to the manor. It's up to you. This is your world, folks. You're free to move about. And just please don't go off script. No.
Okay, there we go.
Later.
You forget who you're talking to, Barry. It's like,
I
oh,
have
just
planned-
go off script.
I've
know you
planned
haven't.
entire games where it's just like, this is what they're going to do, and then have them go completely another way that I did not expect.
It happens to
This is
everyone.
clearly a red herring, and this is clearly a trap. I need them not to go this way.
They
That's
go
a
that
really
way.
immaculate rug.
The only thing I want to do before we go to the manor, or Yalreth wants to do, is to see about procuring some health potions. That is the only thing before we go to Tresendar Manor.
To
Okay,
make this easy, just so that we all know where everybody's going, Jin's gonna stay really close to Sabrak wherever Sabrak wanders this time.
I guess Sonia
like
will
regular-
ask a person
Like
Like
where
I'm
we
in
would go.
his shadow, kind of.
He is my shadow.
Sonia will ask.
Where the best place to get some sort of like healing potion or healing items would be. Just like ask someone in the village.
Yeah, so you come across a farmer. He's got like a piece of straw in his mouth. He's got the straw hat. He's best place
What about
would
some
probably be Neverwinter or Waterdeep,
Ooh.
one of them bigger towns.
What about just medicinal herbs, like non-magical?
I got some medicinal herbs. You put them in your pipe.
That's okay. Sonia, I can look about for herbs as we go along.
Yalreth walks over. What kind of herbs?
No, Yalreth, no.
Well,
Elio literally
just give me a
takes her
second.
by the shoulders and directs her forward.
It'll cost you a silver for a bag.
But he said he has healing herbs, Elio.
They're
and I
not
have-
healing herbs. They're to get you stoned. It's weed. Smoking weed.
Oh, I don't smoke. Sorry,
Yeah.
I don't smoke. She walks up.
You're a dragon. That's a little contradictory, don't you think?
I don't.
Racist motherfucker!
Much
Jump
like
barber.
Yalreth stops, and you can see on her
God.
dragon face her brain really working, where she can't decide if this is racist or true.
If you're
She's like-
struggling, it's
Yeah,
probably
she's doing a brain fart.
Yeah.
She's like, technically, he's right.
Yalreth. It's not worth it. He's a bumpkin. Just let's carry forth. We could maybe check about to see if we can find some actual herbs.
Okay.
Kind of just gives her a pat on the shoulder and carry forth.
Thank you anyways. Good luck with your herb business.
Mental note into Bradrick's mind may come back later to see what he is talking about with medicinal herbs.
Oh God.
To be
Can
fair,
robots
Is
Barry-
everybody
smoke
wandering
weed?
on?
Yeah, we're probably going to be continue on since that seems to be the impetus of the party.
Jin's definitely buying a bag.
Hell yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
He passes over a leather pouch. You pass over your silver, and yeah, you got yourself some fine herb.
Apostrophe ERB. Herb.
I think I can hear Cypress Hill in the background.
Anyway, I apologize. I keep pinging the map, guys. My mouse keeps double clicking.
Oops.
That's okay.
Mans needs a new mouse.
I just bought this mouse. That or the blood of my enemies is underneath the. Anyway,
Yeah,
Is there even a general store, Barry?
Barthen's
There are.
it's a very general store.
I'm
Yes.
sure it would be.
Elio answers that question. He's like, I know there's a provision store by the, I think it's
They
by
gonna
the...
help us?
By the...
So, right here,
Yeah.
we've got the Lion Shield Costier,
Okay.
and then there's
You
also
can go there, but it's gonna
Arthin's-
cost her.
Arthin's Provisions.
Yep.
But when you look at the Lion Shield Costier, you recognize the Blue Lion.
From
Hey,
the
we got some of their
boxes.
stuff.
I
No,
have.
you left it.
Oh!
I have
Yeah.
what was it? The spit cup. I can't remember what it's called.
The spittoon
Spittoon
jug.
jug.
Yes, the spittoon.
Hey, James. Yeah.
Technically, wasn't even theirs. I don't think it was just a spittoon that they had in their wares. But
yeah, it was in amongst the supplies. Yeah.
should we tell them? Nah, it's fine. The goblins are still there. They'll die.
Yalreth, seeing the blue lion, actually walks over to the place and walks in.
So, hanging above the front door of this modest trading post is a sign shaped like a wooden shield with a blue lion painted on it.
And is the door unlocked? Like, Yalreth goes to push the door open and walk in.
Oh yeah, it's open.
She walks in and calls out, "Hello."
Yeah, a little bell goes ding 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 as you walk in, and yeah, you are in the store, and the lady behind the counter greets you.
Hello.
Hi.
My friends and I have been contracted to do a job in town. I was wondering if you had any healing items, potions, herbs that aren't suspicious.
Not really. We just have basic provisioning: swords, shields, armor, arrows, rations, bedrolls, anything that could be found in the player's handbook.
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Wait,
A
do you
whole
have
new
any healing
character.
kits?
There is a healer kit on the PHB page 150, if anyone wishes
I
to
did
read
say
along.
healer's
Yeah, yeah, I do have my PHB to hand. I was thinking that's what I was thinking, because at least then can do basic triage with it, from what I remember.
Yes, this kit is a leather pouch containing bandages, salves, and splints. The kit has 10 uses. As an action, you can expend one of the kit to stabilize a creature that has 0 HP, without needing to make a wisdom check.
Yeah, so yeah, a healer's kit is there. It is 5 gold pieces.
Yalreth will hand over 5 gold, and seem extremely content that she managed to get something.
Oh, she's one of those people.
What's that supposed to mean?
We're gonna finish this journey and she's gonna have a bunch of bumper stickers stuck to her tail saying Phandalin, Neverwinter.
Lock-in.
I may or may not be able to confirm and feel attacked.
You can feel attacked all you want.
Why aren't
I'm
you booing
just
me? I'm
saying.
right.
So,
It'll just be like little
I'm not
patches.
you're
you'd
not
sew
allowed to
onto
call
a
me out on
backpack.
it.
Okay.
Okay,
I honestly see Sabrak being covered in all of these bumper stickers, not Yalreth.
Just
Yalrith's
when
buying
he's-
them
when
and
he's
putting
looking
them on
away,
Sabrak.
Yeah,
No.
on his back and stuff.
Yalreth may or may not have stuck them there.
All
There,
on
I
his
was thinking
back
we
so he
just-
can't see.
All right. Anything else? We'll.
No, if there's no
I have a question.
post-directed- Oh,
Yes.
This is from a few games ago and that kind of stuff, but I do remember drawing a happy face out of blood on Sabrak's faceplate. I'm curious if that's still there.
That's up to Sabrak if he's washed himself.
He
Well,
did
I
get
do-
splashed with water in the goblin.
Yeah, in
okay.
the Goblin Cavern. He did
Yep.
find a little alcove, but it would still come through as a torrent, so...
Gonna
You
have to
might
fix
see a
that.
few flecks of, blood there, but beyond that,
Get some mud.
Sabrak is beyond that. It's like, okay,
Okay, fair enough. I'm just
But yeah,
curious.
Yalrith will bow to the shopkeeper and thank them profusely before exiting the shop, and looking very pleased with herself as she steps back into the sunlight.
I mean, I don't know why you had to buy that. You could have just eaten some grass. Sonia does actually say that, clearly sarcastically.
Yalrith once again looks at Sonia and is just like torn between surprise that she said it and just sheer pride at her poking fun at her, and just
Jin's gonna add, isn't that the same thing as drinking tea?
Yeah,
I've never had tea,
not even
so
gonna
I don't know.
disagree. But yes, with healer's kit purchased and mission complete, we can continue on.
Sabric will take note of the little sigil there with the blue line and sort of pause for a moment.
Perhaps if we go back to the Goblin's Cave, we can retrieve their wares as well.
You can hear the hard drive spinning.
If
And
we go
going
back to
over
the
the clock.
Goblin's Cave, we're going to kill a lot more goblins.
That is true.
Last time we went there, one of us almost died. So maybe we should wait.
Or not split the party.
We will focus on the matter at hand here first.
I
Yeah,
think
we
it's
have
this
job
way.
to do.
And yeah, there's various people just going about their day, you know.
You will do a small prayer while everybody was in there to the Shrine of Luck. While they're all doing that.
No, out of character, Yarrows. I don't need luck, I have knowledge. Power of God and anime on my side.
You could
So
use a little bit of luck.
I have new yabos.
It is a shrine to Timora.
Whilst the rest of the party is continuing on their pathway, Sabric would like to approach one of the people of the Phandilians, as you could call them that, and just sort of inquire.
Neighbor.
Robo Man asking for basically directions or anything regarding Tresender Manor.
Yeah, they'll basically point you up the road, just say, past the Sleeping Giant Inn, and up the hill you go, and there's the manor. I don't know why they call it a manor. It used to look like a castle before it burnt down, but...
Them fancy folks with their weird names for big houses.
And their glass windows.
Like, who's got time for that?
Was the owner named Bruce Wayne? Asking for a friend.
Bruce Payne. That's some
Bruce
panes
Payne.
of glass.
Oh god, no! That's pain games! No!
Oh, good God, no!
Oh god. And it
Have
turns
those
out
faces to hell.
Actually, it was Roose Bane.
Bruce Payne.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
And
And
he's now Ratman.
Yes, the tales of Ratman about the town.
Matt Ban.
Security and peace is maintained by Parishioner Gordon.
So,
Oh, yes.
as you guys walk past the Sleeping Giant Inn, it is a ramshackle tap room at the east end of town. 4 human ruffians linger on a covered porch, perched on empty ale barrels or leaning against the wall. Just, you can tell they're real, like, youths loitering around kind of vibe, right? Yeah.
All that comes to mind is funnel
West
cakes
Side Story.
rule.
Funnel cakes rule. They all wear grimy scarlet cloaks. Their sullen stares fixed on you as you approach. One of the thugs spits on the ground in front of you and says, Well, there's a whole pack of little puppies. What do you want, puppies? Come to bark at us?
I'm a dragon.
Evo just kind of like does a small
DM.
face palm.
DM. Jin just flat out runs up, drop kicks the dude.
I was gonna say clothesline, but that's even more epic.
Okay. This is an unarmored attack, so
Correct.
roll your d20 plus your strength modifier or dexterity, depending how you are doing this.
Looks like that's a. Whoa.
Oh no, they're giants! And they're sleeping.
Worth it.
We weren't supposed to pick fights with gods yet. We're only level 3.
That's all right. We got this.
God, it's 2.5, whatever. It's go time. Which is the one that talked?
Because that's the one that's getting it.
Okay, there we go. Thump, 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 thump. Elio's just like, everybody's barking.
So the muddy track here kind of throws you off balance just a little bit, and you don't manage to drop kick the guy, whether he's dexterous enough to dodge or you miscalculate a little bit. Your kick goes a little bit wide.
It's a strategic stomp to the ground right between his legs.
Intimidation.
Sure.
Does it seem like these guys have been drinking, or are they just catcalling and being dicks? Like, not catcalling, I guess, but like, are they just being dicks sober or like what's up?
Yes.
They're
I
just
said
being
like 3
nasty.
different things. You're gonna have to be more specific on which one.
Are we gonna have a fight on our hands?
Oh yeah.
I believe this is what's known as their assholes, Sonia.
So one of them looks like he's been drinking a little bit. They just look like they're causing trouble.
Small town board
Up
guys.
to no good.
Well, obviously they kind of look like an organized gang.
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
red.
I mean, technically, we're an organized gang too.
No, we're a very disorganized gang. Let's be honest.
We have the same goal in mind, just very different ways of doing it all at once.
Okay, this guy's gonna come over to you, and he's going to try and punch you, Jin, because you took a swing at his mate,
Mm-hmm.
At his bud.
and he's obviously intoxicated, so he misses.
Huh. I want to use my dice tower.
This one comes up and goes to basically football tackle into Sonya and like lift her up.
Oh.
So he slides into the mud and just gets a face full. Like slides between your legs kind of thing. It is your turn.
Oh, gee.
You're muted.
I was eating a chip again. I'm sorry. Sonia
Yours
jumped
is-
over him, and since he just slid on the mud, ooh, I apologize. He just face first.
Yep.
Just kicks her leg back and goes for the sensitive bits.
Okay.
Hell yes, that's my
Yo.
girl.
You're walking up behind a horse in Red Dead Redemption.
I guess that would, what kind of strike would that be? Just
That's
unarmed?
an unarmed strike, basically. You're just so use either your dex or your strength on top of a d20 roll.
Oh, they're exactly the same. So 11 plus 3, so 14 to hit.
14 just hits.
Aha.
So you managed to just get a graze on the sack there. So d6 plus your strength modifier for damage.
I'll do the advanced dice roller this time. D6 plus 3. 8 damage to the boy.
And his boys. Yeah,
And
you
his
see
boys.
him like, immediately like curl into a ball, like, oh. And that's a brat.
All right. Well, basically seeing the this violent scuffle that is going on, he will one of the unengaged ruffians there. It would like to actually use a spell.
Okay.
Oh,
None of the ruffians have engagement rings, so I think they're all unengaged right now. But
Well, we'll try. I'd like to use a bit of a suggestion, maybe to alter this this course of violence, if I may.
okay. Which one are you? The only one that's truly not engaged right now is this one. This one got swung at by Jin.
Yeah.
This one got nutted, and this one took a swing and missed.
Okay. Yeah, I think with that one, we'll try to do the one that took a swing but missed at Jin, just to sort of see if he might be able to speak reason. Assuming, of course, he fails at his wisdom saving throw. And he
Wow.
fails-
A -1 to wisdom and still succeeds.
He's just so, entrenched in the cause that he's like, funnel cakes rule!
It's that alcoholic stupor where nothing can convince you that you're wrong.
Yeah, as much as Sabrak would say, this is not the adventuring party you're looking for. It's like, yeah, you're totally the adventurers we're looking for. We're gonna rough you up.
Give me your funnel cakes.
Yes, give me all your funnel cakes.
Give me your sweet roll.
Yeah.
So you still have your cantrip bonus action.
Yes, that's really. Sabrak doesn't really want to be causing violence this early in the morning if he can help it. So I would say, yeah, because cantrip. Can a bonus action be in helping someone else then?
No, the help
That'd be
action
an
is
action.
an action. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So yes, the Brack will just sort of noticing that the celestial magic isn't working. It's just going to keep a close eye on seeing what else is going to transpire with the brawl that's happening.
Okay. Jin.
I'm swing and a miss. Same dude.
Same guy. That'll connect.
Oops. Nope. That one. Ah, there you go. 5 bludgeoning damage.
Boom! You hit him in the nose, and he just starts pouring blood. Yalreth.
Yalreth is going to cast Word of Radiance, and she will mark the 4 ruffians with the word. Now, if I knew the word would be the name of the silver dragon of her clan, but I haven't thought of that name yet. I'll get back to you on that one. But that is the Word of Radiance she chooses.
Okay.
Fosrona!
They all have to make con saves then?
Yes, DC 12.
We'll just say you censored it for spoiler reasons.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta stay tuned for all the episodes before you can actually truly know the name that Yalreth has spoken.
Yes, it's all planned. Shifty eyes.
Okay, so 2 saves, 2 fails.
Okay, and so on a save, I think they take
No damage.
no damage. Okay, and the one closest to her will get an Eldritch Blast.
The one that Sonya kicked, or the one
Yeah.
that's... Okay.
I don't know which one has less wellness points.
I'm not going to tell you that.
Okay, fine.
Pick a target.
Yeah, it'll be the one that Sonya kicked.
Okay, the one that's on the ground. Yeah,
Yeah.
21 will hit.
We're all remembering non-lethal force, right?
Don't
Like-
think Yalreth was.
He looks very badly hurt. Basically, what happened is, like, he went down into the mud, and he got kicked in the sack, and he kind of went, "Ugh!" And as your Eldritch Blast went right in his mouth.
Oh.
Poor guy.
Yalreth's not sorry.
So that was your cantrip and your action, so...
Yes.
This guy that got pounched by our dear barbarian friend, barber monk,
Mm-hmm.
I like that.
The Monkarian.
Monkarian. He's gonna run.
Bye-bye.
He's gonna use his action to disengage, and he's gonna run.
Would it just be a bonk?
Yes. Precisely it.
Would Jin not get an attack of opportunity, or...
No,
No,
he's
not at
disengaged.
Use his
Right.
action to disengage. So
No, that's
Yeah.
fine. I'm just double
Yeah,
checking.
he's just running.
Elio.
Elio just kind of like winces upon seeing the guy get hit with the Eldritch Blast, and he will kind of go between Sonya and the wounded guy. He will basically kind of like take this wounded dude by the scruff and like kind of heave him towards the unarmed dude, the unharmed one. Basically just goes and like, go, take your friend before we wind up busting you all into the dirt.
Okay. As you pick up this fellow, you notice all of his teeth have been knocked out, and he's just pouring blood out of his...
He's not even the one that shit talked us.
He was just standing
Well,
up
he
for
won't be doing that to nobody now.
Yeah. No, Elio kind of will attempt to help him to his feet to bring him over to the other guy. Like, we are not worth your time. Obviously. He looks to all of them, like the other two, the other one as well, and just be like, follow your friend, do the smart thing.
Just roll me a quick intimidation or persuasion, I guess.
Persuasion on his part.
Oh
He's
yeah.
not trying to
okay.
be scary or mean. He is trying to be firm, but he is basically trying to create a more amicable situation.
They all cut and run.
It's like, you won't forget this. We'll be back.
Bring
Do
it, and
they
I'll show
say
you
that?
how much I'm not a dog.
It's not worth it, Yalreth. They're
You see, you keep saying that, but I think it is worth it.
practically like barely even men.
And I'm barely a woman. What's your point?
I mean, you're older than them, and this is a small town.
You can't straight up murder people for calling you names.
If we wind up hurting people in the town and killing people, it's going to cause problems. I mean, fair. You know, if Jin wanted to kick someone in, it probably would have done the trick. But I think anything in excess, if we've learned maybe from me, is probably not a good idea.
Love how
If
I get in the lecture and I didn't even start it.
I'm not lecturing. I'm just trying to keep us all safe. That's it. At least in town. Outside of town, whatever.
I do agree with Elio on this. It's probably best to stay on people's good sides by not murdering people.
Well, maybe they should treat people how they want to be treated instead of being assholes.
Well, they're obviously past that, so we need to rise above them.
Oh.
Do we not?
And on that note, we'll call out Becky.
Yeah, everyone bring Yalreth.
On that angsty note.
Right? Bear in mind, she's 18. She's still a teenager.
You're not my real
Elio has
dad.
no clue. Elio has no clue how old she is.
That's fair. That's fair. She hasn't actually told anyone how old she is.
Nope. No, he
Okay,
assumes
wait,
she's
Wait, you
a
said she's 18?
20-something adult.
Sonia, yeah, Yalreth's
Alright,
only
yeah.
18.
Okay, I was like, wait, is Sonia older? But she's 17, so. With your
Yeah.
babies.
Elio knows
With the
that. Elio knows Sonia's young, but not Yalreth.
It's harder to tell with a dragon.
He
Anyway,
doesn't know.
thank you all for joining us. We'll see you all next week. And, hope you had fun. Don't forget all the things on the screen here. Haha, making you work, Megan.
It's all in the end video. We got our contest. Go to the Facebook page. Leave the comment and description. All the details are in the video that'll play in a second and also plays in the middle break. So we ain't talking more than we have to.
Stay healthy, people. I don't think this is a good idea. Forsooth, Stefan, this is how you build character. But that's a dragon!
Oh, it's more memorable that way.